Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2, and this is another movie review. Well, recently, my dad and I decided to watch the Caine Mutiny. It had been years since he had seen it. It was originally released in the 40s, and according to the, the sleeve that Netflix sent it in, it was one of the last roles that Humphrey Bogart had been given. He plays Captain Queeg, and you have another character named Keith or William Keith, and he is this newcomer from Princeton who gets aboard this old minesweeper called the USS Caine, and there's a reason why it's called the Caine. It is an outcast, like Cain of the Bible. Um, it's interesting that there's a USS Jacob involved later on too, and I would know why they would choose Jacob as another ship to get the Caine out of trouble. But the story itself is very intriguing. It's one part maritime disaster. Well, not really disaster, but more of suspense, maritime suspense, and then courtroom drama. You have this group of sailors who are together on the Caine, basically doing what they can during World War II, and there's a lot of anti-Japanese sentiment going on in this movie, quite a bit, because it takes place in Pearl Harbor and all that, which you would expect. And they are a very slack crew. They don't really do what they're supposed to do. They just kind of laze about, dilly-dally, and, well, basically they do nothing, and they don't get anything done. And then you have this newcomer, this guy from Princeton named Keith. Well, his full name is Willis Keith, so they call him Willie for short. And he is one that takes everything very strictly, and he starts changing things around the ship, and things start to go a little bit more smoothly. But things really begin to change when Captain Queeg, played by Humphrey Bogart, comes aboard. And then you start to notice that Captain Queeg has all these different idiosyncrasies, and he's got some issues. I won't say what these issues are, but it's rather intriguing, this whole human drama that unfolds, and it's a little glimpse into psychology. So if you're interested in psychology, I would definitely look into this, because it's rather interesting. And ethically, it's also very compelling and rather fantastic. And Humphrey, he just does a remarkable job as usual. I just think that Humphrey Bogart is he was an amazing actor, and we lost a really consummate actor when he passed. The Caine Mutiny is a classic by all intents and purposes. It is done with regard to World War II, and of course they dedicate it to the men and women who paid so much of a sacrifice for our country, keeping it free, and I'm all for that. I think that's very apropos. The clothing and the cars and everything that was put together, the background, and each and everything that was portrayed was very accurate, because of course it was done in the 40s. They had one scene with it was what was it, a Lincoln, no, I can't remember what kind of car it was, but oh my gosh, it was so beautiful that my dad and I both had a kind of this overwhelming sense of reverence when we saw that Lincoln come into the scene, because it was a thing of absolute perfection. This movie is really wonderful. It's really tremendous, and it's rather intriguing to see the human dynamics aboard the ship and just how ethics play into that, and all the different things that come together as a whole. And I would have to say that this movie deserves 2 thumbs up. And excuse me, I've got some sand in my eyes. And 5 stars. It's perfect. It's engaging. It may be a little bit old-fashioned for more modern movie viewers, but I myself enjoyed it. I really like a nostalgic, old-timey. Well, this really wasn't old-timey. This was more modern, concerning films in and of themselves, and just reflects the era in which it was filmed. So I enjoyed it for that aspect of it. And if you're a fan of Humphrey Bogart and haven't seen it, then see it, because I think this is probably one of his best roles since Casablanca. And Casablanca is the acme of his portrayals, and he was younger in that. But in this one, he's more seasoned actor, and he really depicts his illness quite well, I think. So if you want to see him in a different role altogether, then watch Caine Mutiny, because it's just really a tremendous movie.